doing this little podcast with my compadres, man, Bro Rogan and my boy Persian Legacy. So we supposed to have Whack on. So Whack ended up pulling up, but for some odd reason, he pulled up with you know what I'm saying, with Draco. So as soon as Draco walk in the room, I'm like, they on 40 crib, we about to get in right now. So Whack like, hold on, no, bro, get the content. Nah, bro, get the content. Hold on, just hear him out. Spotty face, just hear him out. I'm like, nah, nigga, on 40 crib, we about to get in right now. That's out. So, mind you, this ain't no play. I didn't know nothing about it, nothing. So I'm hot, like, what the, like, bro, what's this? You know what I'm saying? So, and the bro's like, just hear him out, bro. Like, whatever after that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just do whatever. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So, he sit down, you know what I'm saying? We shooting. He trying to explain himself, you know what I'm saying, as far as like the paperwork and the allegations that's on his name. To me, and it's not making sense.
Dad. All right, Spotty face. I thought this shit between me and you was over. I pulled up on you by myself like a man. No gun, no nothing. Now you want to get on the internet talking like I turned down the fade. Whack was right there. Now I wasn't gonna do this, but now I'm about to expose your hating ass. You did some fake theatric shit. Like, let's keep it all the way a buck. And turned around, sat down, and talked for a whole hour and a half. So be serious. Who's really a J-Cat and a liar? I walked in there and left the same way I came. All that shit you was talking on the internet, I thought when I walked up in there, you was gonna get off. But guess what? All you wanted to do was talk. That's how everybody know. You just clout chasing, or you wanna go viral. That's why you look dumb and you expose your hand. Now, I'm not gonna let you put your hands on me, but I'm not gonna go in there on some extra tough shit when you clearly just wanted to talk. The whole world seen that you just wanted to talk. But now, I'm about to expose your ass. The real reason why you got a problem with me is because you jealous of 4 extras. Like, let's keep it all the way real. The reason why Spotty Face is mad at DC Baby Draco is because he is jealous of his cousin 4 extras. Let's talk about it. That nigga start doing broadcasting, you start doing broadcasting. That nigga bought a Rolex, you go buy a small Rolex. The spotlight is on him, not you. He's famous, not you. If you wasn't 4 extras' cousin, you would not be getting no interviews. Let's talk about it. Cause one day you pushing the peace and the next day you pushing violence. How are you pushing peace and the next day you calling people out for fags? Let's talk about it. You're contradicting yourself and you would do anything to go viral and be famous. You over there talking about your cousin broke your heart. Nigga, you broke your heart by hating on the next man. Let's talk about it. You need to sit down and see what you say sometimes.
DC just put a spotlight on something a lot of people have been side-eyeing for a long time now. And honestly, when you sit back and listen, it sounds very believable. According to DC, the real root of why Turtle from the Rolling 40s has so much animosity toward him isn't random, and it isn't sudden. It's deeper than that. It's built on comparison, insecurity, and constantly living in someone else's shadow. DC pointed out something that's hard to ignore once you see it. Everything Turtle does seems to follow behind his cousin. When his cousin came home, he came home with energy. He was electrifying, active, doing interviews, catching attention, and really moving the needle. Before people could even process that wave, here comes Turtle, doing the same interviews, popping up in the same spaces, trying to recreate that same motion. And here's the uncomfortable truth DC exposed. His cousin is the only reason most people even know who Turtle is. Without that connection, there's a real argument that he never gets a seat at the table in the first place. But connection alone doesn't equal star power. That's where the problem really starts. You can follow the blueprint, but you can't copy charisma. You can copy moves, but you can't copy presence. And according to DC, and honestly according to the way it's been playing out, Turtle just doesn't have that same spark. DC called him boring, contradicting, trying too hard. And when you watch closely, It does feel like someone chasing moments instead of creating them. Everything starts to feel forced. Every take feels like it's aimed at going viral instead of being authentic. Every move feels like it's about attention instead of substance. And that's why the 15 minutes never really came. Because real traction doesn't come from desperation, it comes from identity. The biggest issue is that instead of focusing on building his own lane, Turtle seems more focused on watching what everyone else is doing, watching who's winning, watching who's getting attention, watching who's being talked about. That turns into resentment, and resentment turns into hate. That's why it comes off like hating instead of hustling. And that's the difference people can feel, even if they can't always explain it. Audiences today are smart. They can tell when someone is passionate versus when someone is chasing relevance. They can tell when content is organic versus when it's calculated. Trying to go viral is not the same as being valuable. And that's where Turtle keeps missing the mark. If Turtle really wants to change the narrative, the solution isn't complicated, but it does require honesty and discipline. First, he has to stop competing with his cousin. That race is already lost because it was never fair to begin with. His cousin's story, energy, and timing were organic. Turtle trying to mirror that only highlights the differences instead of the strengths. Second, he needs to stop chasing moments and start building substance. Viral clips fade, respect lasts. The people who survive long-term are the ones who offer perspective, consistency, and authenticity, not shock value. Third, he needs to focus strictly on his own content. No sneak dissing, no comparison, no trying to ride waves that weren't made for him. Find a lane, sit in it, master it. Fourth, he needs to understand that boring isn't always the problem. Confusion is. If people don't know what you stand for, they won't stand with you. Contradicting yourself kills credibility faster than silence ever will. And finally, he has to let go of the hate. Hate blocks growth. Hate clouds judgment. Hate makes every move look emotional instead of strategic. Once he does that, he might not become a superstar, but he can become respected. And in the long run, respect outlives clout every single time. Everybody doesn't get the spotlight the same way, but everybody has the chance to build something real. The moment Turtle stops chasing someone else's shine and starts polishing his own, that's when things could finally change. If you were entertained by this bray,